Always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot, woot. Hi, everyone. This is Julie from Patchworks, and I am so excited that you are joining us for another Must Sew TV tonight here at Patchworks. So we are being wild and crazy, and we have no backdrop tonight. What? But I also just wanted to share, for those of you who haven't been local to our shop, I just wanted to just give you a little peek around and let you know this is just one section of our store that we do our filming in on Thursday nights. Lots of really amazing things to look at and see. And so I just wanted to share that with you in case if it was a mystery as to where we were filming. And yes, indeed, this is a real live store, not some sort of back room in a basement or garage. So let's make sure that everybody is on and watching and can hear me. Say hello, hello. Woohoo, hello. Ooh, we have lots of people watching us tonight. This is so fabulous. And I know that we are up against a big game for Milwaukee sports fans. So good luck to those Milwaukee Brewers. And let's not have any spoiler alerts in the chat in case if there are people who are wanting to watch that game after. And if you are catching us on the replay because you are busy doing something else at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, no problem. I am so happy that you're joining us. So before we get started, I want to share with you something first. That annoying scroll that's on the bottom of the screen, really important for our local peeps. We are having in Elm Grove trick-or-treating event that's going to be a street party on the road right in front of us. And because there's so much construction in Elm Grove, there's no way to get to us from the secret ways in the back. So we are going to be closing at 2 o'clock on Saturday, okay? We are still open in the morning and we'll still be able to do all sorts of great stuff for you. So you'll want to make sure to change up that schedule, and if you're running errands, come and visit us first. If you have quilts to drop off or quilts to pick up, also make sure to drop off and do that and visit Angie earlier than later, okay? Just so that you avoid disappointment. I know it's a really bad time of year for us to be closing early, but this is a crazy event for the village, and you know, sometimes schedules collide. So we want to make sure that we can be a good part of the community and be able to allow the party to continue as originally scheduled. All right, so let us get started with, what do you think? Let's get started with the winners from last week. Woot, woot, woot. So with the winners from last week, in case if you haven't been watching, what we've started doing is that we've selected 5 people who are watching either our YouTube or Facebook live streams and through midnight, okay? So the YouTube people are captured who are live, and then for the Facebook people, I'm able to capture you through midnight. And then if you're commenting, liking, and sharing, you get entered in to be able to win great stuff. And you don't have to do all 3, just participate in one way, shape, or form so we know that you're here. And this week's winner, check your email after the show for a $5 Patchworks gift card to be used in-store or online. Linda Dalen, Kathy Tyson, Lori Milkey, Sharon Hood, and Cheryl Randall. Congratulations. Good luck to all of you this week. I think we should continue the fun, don't you think? We've been having lots of fun with that. All right. So next up, I want to chat with you and share that we have a really fun bundle of the week. So this week's bundle of the week is a double-decker. All right, we had so much fun last week with our Brew Crew blue and gold or blue and yellow pack, and I am super excited because Tula fans gray work is in transit to our shop. We are expecting it early next week. I am so, so, so excited. So in preparation of the massive excitement of Tula's latest line, gray work, we put together this really awesome double bundle of 24 Tula Pink blender fat quarters, okay? And so this is the amazing price of only $49.98. What? I know, right? So, you know that fabric is always expensive, but Tula fabrics in general have a premium price on top of it. So this is an amazing deal. So let's look overhead and show you this great selection. So we have a combination of previous blenders. So this is from Moon Garden, but then this is True Colors. Moon Garden, ooh, I love this one from the Deja Vu line. And then we have some Tiny Beasts, some Besties. Ooh, more Besties. Oh, and this is Roar, with the dinosaur and some True Colors. Besties, look at him. He's such a chubby cheek little guy. But you know, these aren't screaming focus pieces, so they work really, really well as blenders. Then we have some hearts, some True Colors, Besties, Roar. I think this is some T-Rex happening here. True Colors, Moon Garden, Besties. Ooh, look at these. Aren't these just great? Oh my gosh. And Baby Geo. I cannot believe we still have Baby Geo. Can you believe we still have Baby Geo? So we have a little bit of pink and Baby Geo, but we didn't have enough to put in a bundle. And then we have some great ones here. So all my Tula fans, or even if you're not a Tula fan, look at this beautiful array. Ah, gorgeous. So this is just $49.99. So that is really, really fun. Okay, so let us, in case if you just tuned in, I'm going to get you our link for tonight's show, which has this bundle of the week. Woot, woot, woot. Oh, I didn't even put the thing. It has a different code. I just saw the caption. I hadn't changed. Okay, we're going to put now the crazy caption. Ooh, okay, with the special Saturday hours. All right. So, who likes the Tula Pink Blender Double Decker? Is this really exciting? Love it. Oh, yes, Pat, it's an amazing grouping at a great price. So exciting. All right. So, this is so great. I didn't know if anybody was going to be watching tonight. So I am so excited. All right. So I came back from market. I've been back like a week and a half or something like that. But it seems like just yesterday. It was such a whirlwind trip. And I was super excited because I did a lot of things, met a lot of people. And one of the things that I got was this really fun shirt. What do you think? What do you think? And one of the things that we haven't done, and so this is a t-shirt from Goldie Lou, so super fun. They make graphic tees, and this particular design. They do it in a variety of different colors, and then they have stickers and all sorts of different stuff. So you're going to have to let me know if we need to have some Patchworks Patchworks t-shirts or sweatshirts or hoodies or things like that, and the types of things that you like to see in it. If my guess is that you're not looking to just have like logo wear, if you had wanted t-shirts from us. And also just, you know, in the comments, if you are a t-shirt collector, you know, what's a great price point? Do you like the short? Do you like mid-length? Do you like long sleeve? Do you like V-neck? Do you like crew neck? What do you like? So I just thought we might be dabbling a little bit into that. The folks that make these are absolutely amazing. And they have some art that's ready to go because, well, I don't draw all the things or create all the great art. So I can come up with sassy phrases and things like that, but I don't necessarily have the skill to be doing this. And so it's just kind of fun to be able to see all sorts of different fun things that are available. So let me know. All right. So next up, I want to tell you about, I think we should just get started. We brought back a ton of stuff from Market, new stuff. So in our page for tonight's show, I have some fabric collections that I'll be showing you later, and I have some bundles, but not necessarily the whole fabric that's in there yet. So they'll be live after the show. But I want to share with you a lot of the books and patterns that we got in, which are super, super fun. With the change out of book manufacturers in this quilt industry, we decided that we needed to get some fresh inspiration of things we haven't seen before. And so I spent a lot of time reading things, looking at things, and a lot of times Market is just all about the fabric, but it was really great to be able to spend some time looking at certain things. So let me just go and get a grouping of things out, and we have so much. I promise I won't torture you with all the things, but this will be fun. My favorite find, I think, in Bookland is this one called Storybook Quilts. It's 14 quilt designs inspired by children's book illustrations by Laura Pilland. And so the thing that was really interesting about it was that she said, when you're reading a child's book to a child and there's a picture of a quilt in the book, wouldn't it be fun to not only be able to make the quilt, but you could also, wouldn't it be also fun to maybe even have the fabrics that are just like it? So currently we have the books, and then we are going to be working at getting the custom fabrics that go along with these, if you think this is a fabulous idea. So I was in love with it, and let's see if this works. I have a fun little video that I took of Laura while I was at Market. So let's take a peek, and let me know in the comments if you can't hear this, okay?
My name is Laura Pyland of Slice of Pie Quilts, and I'm going to tell you about my new book. So the book is called Storybook Quilts, and it has patterns for 14 quilts. And the quilts are actually found in children's books. So when you're reading Clifford, you're going to find that Emily Elizabeth has a quilt on her bed. So the pattern for that quilt is in my book, so that you can make a quilt that matches the one in the children's book. So there's 14 different children's books that are shown here, and they all are a pattern in my book, Storybook Quilts.
That is so awesome. When is this book going to be available?
Anytime. It's available right now. Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's so amazing. And like, I saw that this fabric in the quilt that you just showed me.
Yes.
It looks just like the book.
It does. So if you look, like, these have purple hearts on it. And so when you get the kit, you can get the exact fabric in the kit, and so that you can make the same quilt that was in the book.
That is so slick.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Yes, thanks for coming.
So what do you think about that? Is that super fun? I hope you could hear it. And it wasn't an edited video, but I think it was still really fun and exciting. So we do have the books in store, and we are looking at getting those fun fabrics and being able to kit it. And then I love, love, love her idea about pairing the book with the fabric bundle. So really, really fun. So we're trying to figure out what quilt we want to do first. I sort of like that Clifford one that is the hexagons, but let me know if you have different ideas. All right, so glad that I see some positive feedback, and I think then that everybody got to hear it just right. I wasn't able to control the volume, that's why I was hoping it worked just great. All right, let's see what else we got. So we got some things that are back in stock, not necessarily new. So we have the Sew Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. These are the paper piecing blocks. Super fun with a variety of different inspirations because it is getting to be about that time. A Quilted Christmas. This is a brand new book from my designer friend, Deb Grogan. Fun fact, 1 year she was actually my roommate at Market. So she loves stitching, she loves applique, lots and lots of really fun things. She is, she's been a pattern designer for many years, has a lot of other craft licensed items. She just got this book deal, and I'm super excited. We're going to be carrying her debut fabric line, which is a Halloween line for Halloween 2026. So that's exciting. Then we have the Kids Sewing Workshop, 26 projects for young makers. You know, holidays are coming up, and we see a lot of people now coming in, sharing that they want to be sewing with their wee ones. So even if we don't necessarily have all of the materials to be able to do this, there are some great projects that are a little bit easier to make and maybe more interesting to the younger people. So like, 10 to 14 age. So, and this does seem to be more geared to the young female audience. I got my Sew a Modern Halloween back in stock. I know it's almost Halloween, but I love, love, love Halloween. And so we got this back in because this is just some really great projects. And the book is a very great price as well. And these projects would whip up super, super quick. Then we have perfectly pieced quilt backs. So a scrap smart guide to finishing quilts with two-sided appeal. Sometimes it's fun to just either use up what you have, or maybe you bought a back, but it's not big enough and you really want to use it, but you want to figure out how you can incorporate it. So this would sort of be like a great reference book to have next to your quilting table so that you could be inspired to make do when necessary. Of course, I would love to sell you an extra full quilt back, but sometimes time or your schedule or such doesn't allow, and you just need to figure out how you're going to finish it at 2 o'clock in the morning. So here you go. Then, oh, this one's super fun. So 10-inch square quilt block book. So this is from our friend Carolina Moore. So Carolina Moore, she's such a genius. So she is the one who did the, we have her boxed bag template. I'm getting it to show you template here that we have in the store that can either work for curves, or you can have like the dart here. You can have there's just all, this is a super great one that can work with her bowl cozy. You can make it pleated pin cushion, do different things. So anyhow, so her latest thing is the 10-inch square quilt block book. So what you can use and make with your favorite pre-cuts. Just a really great encyclopedia if you are grabbing a layer cake. We also picked up another book from her, which is the Ultimate Paper Piecing Reference Guide. And I love the Carol Doak book, but this book is great as well. And she not only has the foundation paper piecing, but she has the English paper piecing in here as well. Super, super great. She has great patterns included and excellent photography. So she is just a force to be reckoned with, and I love all the things that she does. Creative zigzag rope sewing projects. So we have not dove into this. We had played with it many moons ago, and then it's come back into fashion, and we haven't really jumped back in. But I saw a lot of these, and so I thought I would bring some in. I don't have current rope in the store, but a lot of times you have the rope or have other sources for rope. If you would like us to carry the rope, let us know. More books, because why not? So we have a newer patchwork t-shirt quilt book that gives you fun ideas and inspiration for how to use, make t-shirt quilts. Really fun, and not only quilts, but pillows, tote bags, things like that. Really nice inspiration. Then we have the Ultimate Binding and Edge Finishing Guide for Quilting and Sewing. So if you're looking for curved, for your irregular edges, how to turn it, you want to do some scallops, you want to do some piping, you want to do fuzzy. Once again, great reference and resource here. Specialty fabrics, deluxe edge treatments, really great. And the other thing too, and showing you the different basics, showing you some measurements, troubleshooting, bias, all sorts of fun things. Carolina Moore, same author. This is Sewing Perfect Little Bags and Totes, and fine-tuning essential techniques from cutting out to hardware. Really nice. Fun, easy techniques. Another paper piecing pattern book, and this is paper piecing all year round. Gotta love this cute little turkey in there and some fun little gnomes. Really cute. Fun little patriotic pup. Home for the Holidays. So we got this one back in stock. This is Sherry and Chelsea, and this is a great book. We had played with it a few years ago, and I love it. And it is currently being sold by C&T. Then we have the Quilter's Color Guide, Mastering the Art of Color Confidence. Love these great workbooks. Another finishing guide, we have Marcy Baker's The Quilt Binding Bible, 25 flawless finishes, techniques, and troubleshooting. And it was so fun because we were talking last night at our Tim Holtz Club that one of our members, Carrie, she was talking about how she was so excited that she finally had mastered binding, and that now binding is so sexy, and she's actually going to go back and rebind some quilts. And so this is just perfect timing, that sharing different techniques and having these great references, because sometimes you want a book, you know, yes, everything in the world is available on the internet, but sometimes you just want it in front of you and you don't want to have to hunt it down. Question on author of the paper piecing book. So if we're going back to this one here, the Mary Hurdle, is that the one that we're talking about here? And so this is, we've carried a series of her books before, or are we talking about the Ultimate Paper Piecing Reference Guide, and that is Carolina Moore. And so Carolina Moore is the author that did the 10-inch square quilt block book, as well as the, I had another one here. I think these, oh, yeah, so, and then she does these as well. So really great stuff. And then I have the Free Motion Quilting Workbook, 20 all-over designs to practice and learn. This is Amanda Murphy's latest book. So it is a spiral bound book from C&T, and really fun and nice. And then there's a workbook here to be able to play with your drawing to make that happen. So Amanda Murphy is one of the great current industry experts in that arena. Not new, but new back to us, especially because we're so excited about gray work. So 100 Modern Quilt Blocks, the Tula Pink City Sampler. You know, if you haven't seen this book, this is just so fun. It's this fun little coffee table book, and it features these bite-sized 6-inch blocks, but it's not a typical sampler in that most of these are contemporary blocks that are, when we had run the program, some of our students were saying, you know, it's sometimes harder to pick the fabric than it is to make the quilt. And so once again, if you are looking for something to do with some of your fun Tula and wanted to add some great things, this is our double-decker bundle of the week with 24 great pieces. And I'm so excited that we have this book back in. It's a great book. And I love as well that it has Tula's illustrations in it. It just makes it super special. And then a little bit of graph paper here so that you could, you know, write your notes along the way. Jackets, 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 jackets. Oh my goodness. Patchwork jackets. I mean, you know, everything old is new again. So, you know, we've seen the Tamarack jacket. We've seen Teresa Coates' Elemental Coat. We have Bianni's patterns that are coming in. There's this great book, which is from the bestseller list of Landauer Publishing. So we got this one in. And there's just a lot of great ideas and resources. And once you start down this rabbit hole, oh my goodness, so many fun things to do and have fun with. So, and you don't necessarily have to always just cut up a quilt. You could piece parts of something together that you then cut up, or use found items, all sorts of really fun stuff. We have the Christmas Quilting with Wendy Shepard back in stock. This is an Annie's Quilting book. Annie's Quiltings are always these great affordable books that have great patterns, easy to follow, and Wendy Shepard is a really easy to read pattern writer. So that's a fun one to be able to have back in stock. Whew, oh my goodness, look at all those. All right, so what else do I have? Well, I have a stack of patterns too. Oh my goodness. Hopefully I'm not boring you to death. So we got in some Krista Quilt stuff. Super fun. And so in no particular order that we have these here. So this is a great jelly roll friendly pattern for weaving. And this is a single size quilt. And then I wanted to play with some some Christmas stuff here, okay? So we have some, from Poorhouse Quilt Designs, we have some ornaments. We have a variety of different tree skirts, and I should have put them in some sort of order, but I did not. So people have been asking about tree skirts, so we decided to get tree skirts, okay? All sorts of tree skirts. And those books, a lot of them have tree skirts as well. Really fun. Some great festive wreaths, table runner or table topper or placemats. Ornaments, fun ornaments if you're looking for inspiration for making some ornaments. From Krista Quilts, we have overlap, color weave, surplus strips, modern logs. I love that. That's super fun. Terrace tiles. And then I was visiting with the amazing design team from Cozy. So we got some of the most popular as well as some legacy patterns from Daniela. So great pieces here. We've had, I think we've already had Get in Line, Fresh Flowers, Pineapple Smoothie, Gift, Evermore. And so these are great to use with 2.5-inch strips. Most of them, there are some fat quarter patterns in here as well. And then we'll be getting the best of books that are the layer cake books as well, which is so great. And from Pammy Janie, we got some more cat stuff. So how about some gingerbread cats? Don't these look fun? Super cute. Soft kitty. I just like this one. Strawberry kitties in cupcake pans. Oh my gosh. Sort of like, you know, fun 50s, 60s kind of cats. Donut holes. Couch potato. See the little tiny cats on the couch? Big zag if you want, you know, the giant cat hanging around. From Poorhouse Quilt Designs, we have some placemats here. And then more from Pammy Jane, larger quilts here. So this is really interesting. It's more intricate here, where we have a pieced outside here, and then we have great pieced moth wings. A modern New York beauty masterpiece called a Quilt Eclipse. And so this, and the leopard paw is a modern take on the bear paw. Kind of fun. And then I love, love, love this one, Copper Kettle Quilt Company, Merry Christmas, Darling. It takes the gorgeous throw quilt panel and just frames it out super simple. You know, sometimes we just need a little bit of something, something to show us how to do that. So I hope you like all of the new pattern and quilt inspiration. Oh, and last but not least, I almost forgot, this is probably my favorite find of all. We've been talking about it nonstop in the store. We got this pocket guide, which is no math quilt charts and formulas. So you can see how nice and small it is. And we have all sorts of great things here for number of squares from specific yardage, half square triangle blocks, what yardage you need from that, number of half square triangles from a specific fabric yardage. Super cool. Width of strips, quarter square triangles, same thing, side setting. So the setting triangles, that always gets us, right? Corners, because the corners are different than the settings. The settings, you want to make sure the bias is in the center, straight on the side. With the corners, the bias is on that long side with the straight on the sides. Whew. All sorts of great things here. And then in the beginning, I believe we have our quilt sizes, maybe. Number of squares from. So anyhow, really, really great. Check this out. It is $8.50. Great pocket guide to be able to have. All right. Now that we talked about all those fun books, and all of those books are in the new stuff section at the bottom of the show page, let's take a peek at some fabrics that we got. All right. So for the fabrics that we got in, we're going to take a peek at Dragonfly Dance by Sue Penn. So Dragonfly Dance, only our bundle is currently on the site, okay? Time ran out and we weren't able to get it live today. It'll be live shortly, and then you'll be able to look at that. And so there are 8 beautiful coordinates and then a gorgeous, gorgeous piece that we didn't include in the Fat Quarter bundle. I love Sue Penn's style. This watercolor style. It's so great. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Oh my gosh. So beautiful. So this is Dragonfly Dance. look at this one. So soup hen stuff typically goes really, really quick. So you're not going to want to sit on this. And as I said, it will go live later tonight. If you can't wait and you're afraid that something's going to run out because you've been waiting for this line, make sure to send me a message or put a note in the comments, and then I'll make sure to send you a link as soon as everything is live. Super cool. I love dragonflies. They're so cool. So these are the 8 amazing coordinates, and then I'm going to pull out the main piece here. So the main piece here it is a single edge piece here. Let's see if I can make this happen. Probably standing on the wrong side of it. Here we go. Can we see this? Isn't this great? I love this. So you could create or cut as much as you would like to be a quilt center. So I believe here, so it's not necessarily a true panel repeat. So we're not going to be chopping it or requiring that you cut it at a certain way, but the repeat would be here, right? So that's really nice. So that's a yard, right? And this wouldn't this also make a great one block wonder? Oh my gosh, that would be so beautiful to do that. So beautiful. So we have those pieces in stock. And as I said, right now on the collection page, it only shows the fat quarter bundle. If you need a different cut, let us know, and then all of the yardage will fill in after that. Okay. Next up, I have Mutts About You. Mutts About You. So Mutts About You is a super cute, as you can guess it, line featuring, where'd it go? What's About You? I don't know. It is from Dear Stella. Dear Stella. I must not have pressed save. So, super cute, great collection, 12 different fabrics, including some Moonscape blenders. Let's show that. So the key pieces here, and these are very on-trend colors. And the dogs are tossed, okay? So it doesn't matter which way you go. So you have some fluffy big poodles, you have some Dalmatians, some little little wiener dogs there, all corgis maybe, little baby dog, all sorts of fun stuff. So some Dalmatians, super cute. The pink poodle, he gets to be all by himself. Some spotty, some Dalmatian dot coordinates. And then we have a collection of great Moonscape to go with the entire line. So Moonscape is the basic for one of the basics for Dear Stella. It goes with a lot of their lines. We also carry it on our color wall. We don't stock every single color, but we have a lot of them. And this rounds out a fat stack for this great collection. So on the collection page, these are all in right now and all available for individual purchase. So 6 of them are officially the line, and then these 6 are paired with the line as fun moonscapes. And on screen here, I see that this one sticks out a little bit. In person, it doesn't stick out as much, but on screen it does. And I could also see, because you know I'm going to tie back in here. Look at these. Don't some of these even work with it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So all the more reason, if there's any of these left, you totally need to buy one of these. And then, because we are talking about beautiful pastels, we also got in, I got to talk with my friend Walter at the art gallery booth. I can't believe that we've been both doing this for about the same time here. So we were early adopters for art gallery. I know we don't carry everything, but he has 12 new gorgeous Pure Element solids that we brought in, which is super, super fun. So once again, only the palette is, the bundle is featured on the website right now, but on that same page, all of those new colors will be in. So that is fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. Those are just yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. What else do I have to show you? Well, talking about art gallery, guess what? We got in more of my little Erie family panels. So we have these back in stock. I know it's almost Halloween, but we have them here. So you'll want to scoop those up if you had wanted to still make a delightful set of friends with the cat and the pumpkin. And then what we didn't make was the bat garland, okay? Or you could just make individual bats, whatever. But these are back in stock. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And they're live on the website right now. Whew. Okay. Then, what else came in this week? We got in, I didn't get a caption for this, but we got in the wide backs for the Prairie Flannel gatherings, okay? So, I'm going to hoist this up here. Uh-oh. All right, so I'm knocking everything over. So we have this gorgeous Lisa Bonjean Moda 108 flannel. And for those of you that shop our wide backs, you know that we don't often have wide back flannel, but we have this and it is so soft and so luscious. We have it in the navy as well as the natural. Okay, I think it's called, is it called flax? Oh, it's called porcelain. So this one here, and these come 12-yard bolts, so they're enough to what, make 4 people happy? Maybe 5 if people needed small quilts. So you'll want to make sure to pick that up if that was something you were interested in. And I've seen that Lisa's been doing quite a few promos and videos about Prairie Gatherings flannel, and I just want to share we do have charm packs still in stock. We have fat quarter and half-yard towers as well as a lot of yardage. We included the little penny convenience print in our fat quarter and half yards. The one that is more like a quilt block we left out, and I believe we have one of the cream and more of the navy. I can't remember, but that panel is going quick. So if that was something you were interested in, you'll want to pick that up sooner than later. All right, next up, I have only a couple more things on my desk. So we were talking soup hen, and on our collection page, I just wanted to share, I included as well some of the things that we showed last week, and I wanted to share that paper Hamlet. I think with the collage style, even though the collage style is different from the soup hen's watercolory style, I still thought that color-wise they went well together. So that is why I included paper Hamlet. on that page. And then we finally got Best Day Ever on the sales floor. It's been available for purchase all week, but we finally got it out on the floor, so including the linens. So that is just on the little end. So we have the washi here on the end cap, and then right around the corner, which is easier to view once you turn into the main room, you can see Best Day Ever. We have all the ice cream cones, all of the every fabric from the line we still have in stock. And then we still have the giant typewriter blocks, as well as all of the linens. And then Moda sent out a message today saying that they're getting ready to start shipping Hello Alice. And we loved Hello Alice by Sarah Watts as well. So you contemporary sewists, you are just going to be just exploding fabric between Best Day Ever, Hello Alice, and then the gray work coming from Tula Pink next week. So, so, so exciting. All right, what else? Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. We got in the Tim Holtz charcoal palette. So, I don't have a bundle right in front of me. Let me quick grab, because we can do this. I'm going to grab one of the bolts here. And when we were talking at Club yesterday, we were talking about how this really is even very Halloween-y. So this is not Halloween. This is the charcoal. This is the 11th palette. We have all 10 pieces in stock, and we would love to help you create something amazing. We have I just had put in the window there just to remind, we have a whole bunch of the Tim Holtz seasonal. So we have the official 2025 Tim Holtz seasonal paired with other great Halloween inspiration pieces. So it all goes really great together. Charcoal also ties in all of the palettes that we've been working on. We have one more palette that we are waiting on, and that is the multi, which is going to be absolutely spectacular. So cross your fingers, in the next 4 weeks or so, we'll be getting that in, and then we'll be able to finish up those trippin' out kits that we've been talking about for a while, with those half rectangles that include all of the palettes. So we still have a couple of those that will be available for purchase. So you'll want to check those out or let us know you were waiting on it if you have not already let us know. Whew. Okay, just a couple more things then. So much fun stuff to share today. So we were talking Christmas here. I know, right? So we've been talking Halloween, 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 Halloween. We are about to hop into Christmas. Oh, and then there's other things there. So Lisa had made some really great, we'll be talking more about this, but we have some great garland from Lizzie House. There's our super, super cute. So this is using the panel, facing it with a yard of fabric, super, super cute. And then using the bias binding on a roll to make it super easy to finish, right? Just pick up some of this rather than having to make it from scratch. So the Merry Christmas garland is really fun and ample. And there are 2 parts to it. And we'll have this hanging in store, and we'll be talking about it more in the upcoming weeks. I just wanted to share this because it's just so fun. And now that it's made, I'm not sure how long it's going to last. So we have happy holidays. Super fun. Really great decoration that you can hang from your ceiling. You can hang it around a tree. You could hang it from a bulletin board. Lots of great things. Or if you really had wanted to, you could also do something super like dimensional and add it to a quilt top, you know? So if you had like, let's say, a white quilt that you had quilted, and then you can applique on top this really cool banner. I think that could be a super fun idea. So that's super fun. And then just a couple more things that were hanging out right in front of me that I can reach. So other fun new stuff. This is new to us, not necessarily new. So we got in some 3/4 inch hardware from Sally Tomato and some 1/2 inch hardware from Sally Tomato. Some sliders, slider buckles in different finishes, as well as some bag feet. So we haven't had bag feet before, so we have some bag feet. And when I was talking with a customer who was looking for the slider buckles, you know, we have some swivel hooks and D-rings in these sizes, but we didn't have the slider buckles. And so we did get a combination of these slider buckles to match with the swivel hooks and D-rings that we have in the smaller size. So always looking to expand. We can't carry everything, but we want to make sure that we can help you out when it makes sense for both of us to be able to stock certain inventory. And last but not least, we have some fun Stitch Supply webbing from Ruby Star. So we have had this on order for quite a while, but this finally came in. Ooh, oh no. So this fun strawberry. So the strawberry, and this is 100% polyester. There's a white core, but there's a really nice saturated printing on both sides. These are $6.99 a yard, and we do sell them by the yard. And then we have the granny squares. I love this one. So the granny square, and we do have some ribbon as well in granny square, as well as the fabric. So granny square, really cool. I love the fun colors. And the granny square is 1.5 inches. I think the strawberry is 1 inch. And then we have a strawberry, or it's not strawberry, a starry 1.5 inches. Oh, so pretty. So finally have these in stock. Super excited about it. I hope that you are as excited as I am about it. And we have a variety of different Biani and Sally Tomato hardware to go along with it. Whew. So, quick recap. We are closing early on Saturday. Okay, we're open 9 to 2. Okay, open regular hours tomorrow, open 9 to 2 on Saturday. If you have wee ones and you're looking for an extra trick-or-treat event, bring them on down. They are doing trick-or-treating street party in the village from 4 to 6. You just are not going to be able to access the Patchworks parking lot after 2:30 or 3 o'clock. That's why we're closing early. And then our bundle of the week is this great double-header, double-decker, 24 amazing fat quarters featuring Tulip Pink blenders from a variety of her true colors, as well as some previous lines. We are super excited to be getting gray work next week. Very, very exciting. Also coming next week is a selection of Sarah Hart tags and stickers and some clips and some needle minders. So I'm really excited about that. That should be here next week. I'm so excited to share that with you. I picked that up at Market. Hello Alice is going to be shipping soon. Oh my goodness, just all sorts of fun stuff. So the fabric keeps flowing in. We loaded up the back room again. So this time we, as we've been getting in so much new fabric, we have been pulling from the main room. So if there were things that you were thinking about that might be going back there, well, you might want to check them sooner than later because we've been busy adding fabrics back there. All right, let me check and see if there are any questions. For those of you that were winners tonight, congratulations. That is Linda Dalen, Kathy Tyson, Lori Milkey, Sharon Hood, and Cheryl Randall. Be looking after the show. These were last week's winners. And then we will be drawing. So if you liked, commented, share, all those good things, we'll be drawing for 5 more $5 gift card winners next week. Woohoo! And next week we'll be also doing some final Halloween last minute ideas because, well, I just love all my Halloween, right? So if there are no extra questions, I am so excited that you stayed with us, watched all the great things. We have so much great fun inspiration to share with you. We look forward to seeing you either in store or online. Till next week, happy quilting, and we'll see you soon.